My name is Adrian Nanchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. And I'm talking about 2 mistakes that entrepreneurs need to avoid when they start their first business. The first one is to start small. Don't think big, but start small with regards to who your target audience is, what you're selling to them, what kind of structure and infrastructure you're going to create, and another lesson is to only spend what you can afford to lose. In my first business, I spent 997 quid on building the first website, which was selling video game keys to gamers so they can buy the key and download and play elsewhere. The problem is I spent nearly 1,000 quid and I spent a lot of money, and then I jumped into a market that was a bit too big and a bit too broad. So straight away, as soon as the business launched, it plateaued and I didn't know what to do. Now, if you start small and do a bit of research as to find a more efficient way, a much more leveraged way and smarter way of starting your business, then do it. Because I spent 1,000 quid, and I could have done a bit more research and discovered things like Shopify and Amazon's FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon, and I could have used them to sell a different kind of product as opposed to selling video game keys. Nothing wrong with either of them, but it's just more smarter and much more efficient to have spent some research and started even smaller, as opposed to spending money and building a website that took 2 months to build. And only spend the money that you can afford to lose. Don't dive in and spend hundreds of quid. I try and cap it to 100 to get the ball rolling and find as many free ways and as many leveraged ways that I can do to start the business. Now, I would look at building a YouTube channel with building a blog and using Facebook adverts. I think there needs to be a passive and an active way to get traffic and get sales to the website. Now, those are the 2 main things I would consider when it comes to a business. I highly recommend doing research to find another way, a faster way, an easier way to get started. And I wouldn't spend much money on marketing and advertising either, because you don't want to spend money on marketing, or especially advertising, that you know you can't get back. This is why Facebook adverts are really useful, because you can test them and you can check out if it's working right from the very beginning. Let me think. Also, with regards to start small, be prepared to expand your comfort zone. Be prepared to make mistakes, and be prepared to have long nights, and be prepared to cry as well, because it can be a long, lonely, difficult journey building that first business. But if you have a community as well, other people that are working towards a common goal but their own business elsewhere, then communicate with them and stick to them and stay with them. What's called a mastermind. Learn from other people, but be prepared for a long, hard journey. It's best also if you define a goal as well from day one. You want to achieve X. You want to enact this vision. You want to build whatever. I'm about to start my 3rd business, and I have got an underlying principle and purpose behind the business, which is to champion the use of hemp and bring hemp into the mainstream conscious. So for this business, I'm going right back to the roots and I'm applying these principles. I'm starting small. I'm using Shopify. I'm going to start a blog. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I have no stock that's in California and China, so very few liabilities. And money I've invested is next to nothing, probably be around 100 quid, something like that, to get the ball rolling. But I'm just focusing on these videos first before I fully get that started. So start small, do your research, find a much more efficient alternative way to get started, and don't dive straight in, and only risk the money you can afford to lose. In fact, with regards to money, if you can afford to make it a no money down business, so you spend 100 quid getting started, and then that gives you the 100 quid back, and yet the business is still there, still operating, then all the money that comes after the 100 quid, that capital, the principal, all that is pure profit. Because that way then the business is no money down, it's made its money back already. That's what you want to aim for, and that is actually, I think, quite easy. I mean, for for my 2nd business, selling potatoes, yeah, it's made its money back, which is very useful. So start small and only work with the money you can afford to lose. Those are the 2 main lessons and mistakes that you need to learn when you're an entrepreneur. So if this is the first time to the channel, subscribe, because this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So subscribe and you'll see me again soon. How cool is that?